are playing against KFabe Cards. We've had Flake and Majin Bay and a bunch of really talented players on this team, a bunch of big names in the community. If you guys are enjoying watching this stream and enjoying the content and these amazing matches and the hard work these players are putting in, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like the video. It helps with our exposure a lot. We also have a Discord you can join. The link to that is always in the description of our videos. We have a Patreon we run where we'll be posting the deck lists that we use in the team league for anybody that wants to check those out. We also have a lot of other benefits for our patron members, and we also have a TCG player affiliate link. So if you're buying any new Dynasty cards or any cards for your decks that you see in the video that you like or anything other than that, click on that TCG player affiliate link. We just get a little kickback from it. Doesn't charge you guys anything extra. It just only helps us. So we really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy this last match of the series.
Best part about being your guys' Patreon is I get to plug the ever-living crap out of Nathan with really crappy deck, and he has to answer me. Like, you can't just leave and ignore me anymore. He has to answer now. It's great.
Nathan, so remember how I was running Engulfing Flame Wave in Worlds?
Mm-hmm.
So it turns out I put that in the deck because I thought Rakowski was running it. It turns out it was the FAB that he played in the quarterfinals who was running that. Rakowski did not have a single topping in his list.
Gotcha.
But I was talking to Yanji earlier. He's thinking about trying to squeeze one in. And I've already squeezed one copy, just one. But for the aggro matchups, you go down to 2 Phoenix Flames. So I feel like that 3rd Phoenix Flame will just become an Engulfing Flame Wave for me. I don't know. We'll see how it actually pans out. But I like it as a cheeky one of.
Yeah, and Will, go ahead and make yourself gray, so you can't see anything, or they can't see your hand moving.
I will be right back.
Oh, how do I make myself gray?
Click on your name, and then change color, and then click on the gray dot in the center. There you go.
Perfect.
And then that makes it where if you like move your mouse around, they can't see it. So like there's situations where you like point at Tunic, and it reminds them of Tunic, kind of thing. We don't want to do that. So, so here we have Josh and Basie. His name is Brian Basco. Hope I didn't butcher that last name. But I've actually played against Brian before. Strong player. He played Starvo a lot back when that was a thing.
I love the aura here on turn 0.
Wait, he played it on his opponent's turn.
Yeah.
So,
he
that's
flashes
great.
it in. Yep, gets the counter. So basically, he starts turn 1.
He's like Prism.
It's so good.
That's so good. I kind of love that.
Someone did that to me in our local armory event the other day. He's like, into my turn, he played an instant. I was like, hey, wait, you're not Kano? I'm Kano. What's going on here?
Yep.
That's
And
really
also,
cool.
very important to note, Josh is running 70 cards. So he is
Big old deck.
Yeah, he's got that big deck energy, that's for sure. So,
Oh my
we got
goodness.
70 cards coming in, because obviously with Oldhim, there's a good chance that the match could go the distance, depending on how this Oldhim was to play it. Some of them like the aggressive route, some of them just like to, you know, win the game via Frostfang and CNC, which is okay.
Okay, so this is Go Again and Piercing 1.
Yep. Which does affect Rampart.
It does.
Turns out Piercing 1 good against Rampart.
That's a fact.
And
So
fun fact, I think this is the first new card we've had on stream all night.
I was about to say, and he played 2 in one turn.
And so shout out to Josh for the flavor win of the evening. And
That's right.
the true champion. I know he was pushing all of us to run new cards, but it turns out we played decks that really don't care about the new cards.
Well, it's funny. I was thinking about it before my match. I was like, what Dynasty card does FAB even care about?
Right.
I think it's nothing.
I don't think there's any Draconic cards in Dynasty, right? So.
Yeah, no. But like even the Ninja cards are like, no.
Except for those ashes, that's it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Obviously, I can't run those.
Alex, what did you end up playing for the game? Because I didn't get to see yours.
I played Icelander and Takano.
Oh.
You got there.
Yeah.
Apparently it was 1-1.
I got there with the exact C's, but it was really close.
You even when you're not playing against me, you just are a magnet for other Kano players.
I am a magnet for Kano. Yep. You
Right.
will very rarely see me go to a big event and not bring Arcane Barrier. I was actually like the one telling everybody on the team to bring Arcane Barrier to Pro Tour 1 when the Kanos did well.
Yeah, no, my friend here messaged me and cursed me out because of, I believe it was Sebastian when he was still on the team, because he got paired in Sebastian, and Sebastian just goes AB4, fuck you, and I'm like,
He learned that against Kano you gotta respect it.
nah, man, you just disrespect it and hope for the best.
Yep. Sometimes that's actually correct.
Yeah.
What do we think Josh's game plan here is long term? I think Nathan, you've seen him play in Dory quite a bit and talk a little bit about his game plan into Oldhim. Do you have any thoughts from what he said in the past?
Yeah, you deal 31 damage via cards, and then you resolve 9 shunts.
That's okay. Yep.
No, I don't know if he's running actually 9 shunts, but you know, there's obviously that's when we get lower down in there, that's obviously going to be a factor. So he's already showed 1 shunt. And a giveaway, if you're ever in a match against Dorinthea and you look at their equipment and they're running Tunic, that is the easiest giveaway that Dory player is playing Shunt, because without the Tunic counter, it's just a hot dog water card. I mean, it's just the worst.
Yep.
So,
But with Tunic, it's so good.
Yeah, with Tunic, it's amazing because you can with the red one, it's literally 1 card 7 value because it blocks 6 and deals the damage if it's on a weapon. So.
Oh, it's fantastic.
So at that point, like if you're within lethal ranges, the Oldhim, you just stop using your Crown of Siege, right?
Yeah, what it does is
have to keep it yours.
Yeah, it makes it where that it takes away his arsenal, because he literally has to just sit on it and then use Crown when Shunt's played. So basically, at that point, he has to beat you with a 4-card hand.
I mean, he could just activate Crown at the start of all of his turns and then still get to cycle his arsenal, because the effect lasts for the full turn.
That's true. So yeah, he just has to do it every single turn. So
it just means that you can't use it on your opponent's turn, and if you do, you can't come back with a weapon.
Right.
I'm sure Josh is happy to see a Sink Below on a Dawnblade for 3.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes and no. So what's happening, if you know, so Twinning Blade, very important card to lose. Glistening, a lot of people overvalue that card. That card's actually not very good, especially in this matchup where people want to block. It's actually very bad. So, but what we have to do is we know there's 3 Twinning Blades in there. We have to keep account, because that's his only win con, is that card.
Twinning Blade is rough, but he just traded 1 life in essence for that energy potion, and I think that's pretty good.
Totally worth it, because it's just Blizzard insurance is effectively what it is.
Yeah, Epot really has shined in the last couple of formats for Flesh and Blood CC. Yeah. I think people really undervalued the power of that card in the initial days of Flesh and Blood, where like energy potions started off very good because it was all you had for stuff for that kind of like play, and then towards the middle game when we got really powerful with like Chain and Prism and all that kind of stuff, Epoch kind of fell off. But now we're back into a format where it's so powerful because of all the ice in the format and things like that, that big damage and like with Art of War and Epot being very useful in both the wizard decks, it's just so necessary to have a card like that to really push you over the edge.
It makes me want to get a couple cold foil Epochs. I wonder what those are sitting at.
Oh, they're very expensive. I think they're a couple $100 each.
Oh no!
But you can get an alpha rainbow foil for like $50.
That's not so bad.
And I think those are going to have really solid long-term value.
What's funny, I find myself now that I'm playing a all no foil FI deck. I want to get some just pink no foil snatches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I might want to look into doing that.
Those are really nice. So we got Dawnblade for 6, pretty typical play here. We got 1 floating. Josh took a little bit of damage, I believe, to do this turn. So I'm expecting
2 cards in the
some
wing.
trickery.
There's that blizzard.
So basically,
that's
Josh's game
hyper,
plan
that's
in this matchup specifically, what he's trying to do is assess the threat that Oldham's presenting and saying, okay, I need to, because you don't want to lose tempo because then you're blocking with so many cards, you're not going to get his life down even with your big turn. So what he needs to do is take turns like this where he takes a little bit of damage,
Yep.
presents a situation where you get most of Oldham's hand, and then
Keep firing.
yeah, just do like little turns. We're not looking for anything crazy. We're not trying to get downplayed through every single turn. We're just trying to get cards out of Oldham's hand to lay down the second E5 and the whatever else setup card he has in his deck. Set up another Iron Song Pride or something, and then what he's gonna do is he's gonna set up a Steel Blade Supremacy, Twinning Blade. He might not have the Twinning Blade, but he'll at least have a Singing Steel Blade for which he can tutor one off of. And then basically within that one turn alone, especially because Oldham's already using his armor a little bit, he's easily going to get about 25 damage in that turn.
Yeah, that'll be a big turn.
Got another sync out of the way, which is nice.
Think this is gonna eat the tunic counter?
I would think so.
Not unless the hand is ready to go. Not unless he has the combo.
Right. But he's probably gonna pitch a card if he doesn't have the combo, right?
100%, right. He's just gonna do the same thing. He's gonna take the hammer, probably do like a Warrior's Valor, same kind of turn, and then if he doesn't have it.
For anybody out there watching that wants to learn how to play Warrior, wants to learn how to play any deck for that matter, this is a really good experience for you to watch somebody play, and it's very important to pay attention to actual turn cycles and play pattern. Instead of just watching like, oh yeah, I'm sure I would have played Warrior's Valor into Dawnblade and blocked those cards and yada yada. That's very easy to watch a game and just think that's all that's happening. Whereas you should pay very close attention to everything Josh pitches, every time he uses the Tunic counter to block with Shunt. Because I've seen him pitch a few Shunts to the bottom, things like this. And pay attention to how much damage he takes versus how much damage he's presenting, and if that got him tempo. Just really pay attention to everything in the turn cycle to try to understand how Josh is playing. To actually learn the deck, to learn how to beat them. Because it takes
now that is fun.
It takes so many repetitions to learn how to beat something like this, and you have to play absolutely immaculate. Any blocking mistakes just lose you the game on the spot. Just crazy. Life for Life is a card that Josh has been favoring recently, I believe.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's actually kind of genius. You get that Warrior's Vow or like a Spoils where you have the guaranteed go again, but maybe it doesn't hit. So you just slap that on the end of it, and then,
call it a day. Gain some life, call it a day.
That's it. And also, in reference to the last turn, noticing the card he pitched on Winter's Bite, it was Red Overpower.
Yeah.
And the reason that he did that was a concept called threat density. In this matchup, he has to maintain there's really strong red cards that have the most threat within them as far as damage is concerned, or he's not going to be able to close the game. So that's why you'll see, watch like, Josh might make like super inefficient pitches, but it's to maintain certain cards is the idea. And then kind of block with those crappy like blue hit and run and, things like that. And he's trying to keep the ratio even within his deck, so that way he doesn't just draw a handful of blues and lose the game.
Yep.
Well, it's funny because like Dory is one of the few heroes I think that still has to think about this kind of thing. It's like, I need to pitch some threat density to the bottom because I'm going to see that cycle where like with 5, to think about it.
Right, especially in this matchup in particular, because Dory has notoriously had a hard time with Oldhim, because, I mean, what deck blocks better than this deck in the reaction phase, and so he's just got to keep a certain number of cards that can actually win him the game when Oldhim's at 10 or less life.
That was also a 4 red hand from Josh.
It was.
He played He played red stunt. He played red life for a life. He pitched red overpower, and he pitched the red piercing card to play the life for a life. So, like, he wasn't resource-wise. He didn't have a lot he could try to do with that hand anyway.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, that's a channel offer. How does he play in the channel late frigid? Like, how detrimental is that card to him?
If it's not on the big turn, it doesn't matter. He's
Yeah.
just gonna execute the exact same game plan and just mid-range it. He'll block one card. See, there's that twinning blade. That's what I'm talking about. He's pitching cards together that are super impactful. Like,
I love that his damage has all been shunt so far, but it is damage.
it's getting there. It's getting there, and it's preventing frostbite.
More importantly.
Look at that Dawn Blade for 3, pitching those juicy reds. Look at that.
Juicy.
I love to see him playing that new Aura card. I like that card. I think it's cool.
Are there any significant cards in the Oldhim deck that he really cares about? Whereas, like, man, I really hope like he doesn't play this card this turn. You know, like, because I feel like Endless Winter, the only thing it really does is give him a frostbite when he swings with the Dawn Blade. So unless that's on like his big turn, that doesn't really matter. I feel like.
Just the regular CNC, Frostfang, Pummel,
Right.
normal
Just
stuff. Like
right.
Spinal obviously. But that's why Josh is saving his armor. He's gonna sit on his armor. He's gonna draw the big hand. Like right now in his arsenal is probably a Singing Steelblade if I had to guess. And he's just waiting to draw a blue, Steelblade Supremacy, and like a attack reaction that pumps.
Yeah.
And then the other card could just be whatever. It doesn't matter. And then we're gonna see Oldham's life not be so high.
Oldhim just pitched a red staunch, and this is actually something I used to like to do when I was playing Guardian, is when you see your opponent pitch a bunch of very threatening cards to the bottom, you know that you go through your deck slightly faster than they do. So that red staunch generally comes up a turn or two before they get to those impactful cards. So he'll have that staunch just slap down an arsenal when he gets towards that turn where he's got, you know, the red overpower and things like that.
The only thing that's going to throw a wrench in that is the fact that when he uses Steelblade's, or not Supremacy, but Singing Steelblade, it's going to shuffle.
Wow.
So that wasn't a Frosty Hammer here, was it? So what was?
No, he blocked for 6 there just to get. I think he's literally trying to get some of those cards out of the way.
Yep.
And there are certain cards I think Josh just doesn't want to impact his pitch cycle, and he'll just throw a wrench in his plan later. So he might as well just not take damage, even if it's just 1 damage and it's an inefficient block.
Yep. So that was almost the correct hand because he had the spoils, the Supremacy, the blue, and then. But the problem was the other card was run through, and it wasn't a pump because that first attack has to hit. So
Right.
that made it where it could have worked, but it probably wasn't worth it. Or he has a Supremacy in Arsenal. It's not a Singing Steelblade.
Right. His opponent here thinking about this block. The Spoils of War, the Copper, I actually don't think Josh would ever use a Copper in this particular deck, so I don't think that matters. But the 5 go again with 1 floating means another sword's going to come in after it if it gets hit. So 5 being a little bit more of a critical break point when your opponent's playing Crown of Seeds.
Phoenix also on 3, so he has to kind of respect the D react or the attack reaction.
Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Interesting. If you're blocking for 5, why do you Blizzard?
If he has the attack reaction because he has Tunic counter, he could play like an Alpha Blood and then Tunic into another swing. So it's just a way to say, look, don't play that Arsenal card. I don't think it's correct.
Wouldn't
but
he want him to play the Arsenal card and then Blizzard him?
That is correct. That's
Okay.
That's what I would do, yeah.
Okay.
He might have just been a little quick on the draw. Okay.
Okay, so it was right. So look at the pommel. What a madman.
Hey, what the hell?
He
Okay.
did it.
So this is the structure of the big turn. Okay, so we have draw on hit, +2 throughout for the rest of the turn. He has pitched the blue, also has the E-Pot as backup, and the opponent played a Blizzard, which is kind of like, and he has Tunic counter on 3. So Josh is good to go in resources. I promise you, he has a Singing Steel Blade in hand, or he already has Twinning Blade, probably, and a way to go again on the fly, maybe a glint, maybe a run through.
They're saying there's Twinning Blade, Singing Steel Blade, and the glint.
Yep.
He's just got it all.
Wouldn't be bad.
Yep. So literally, unfortunately, in this situation, if you overblock, you're punished by Twinning Blade. If you block exactly like he's currently doing, you're punished because he can just pump it. I mean, this is one of those situations where it really is in Dory's court.
He's getting it all the way up to 7.
Yep. So now he can just. Well, it wouldn't be 7. Wouldn't be the correct answer. You always got to do at least.
No, he's 8. He's 8 with the crown, I think.
Yep. So yeah, you always got to do at least +3. But there is one card that makes it like, I think, precision here, or there's a reaction that has a piercing. So it would be +4. So that would be really good here if he has it.
Josh taking a look through his graveyard now.
He's got Singing.
That means he has Singing Steel Blade. 100%.
Exactly.
So he's trying to assess what the Oldhim player could have in his hand. Like, you know, he doesn't have an arsenal, so hasn't been sitting on a card for particularly long. And you know, if he has the staunch in hand, it's just like unfortunate. But
so if you don't have the Twinning, but you have Singing and Glint, do you Glint for go again, draw a card, Singing for the +3, or do you Singing for the Twinning Blade to go around it, or what's the correct play?
Well, so the Oldhim used Rampart here, which to me throws a red flag to staunch response.
Is there ever a reason here for the Oldhim to respond to Singing with the Ice React? To force one of the cards away in his hand?
No, because if you do Ice React, then he's just going to play them all.
He's just playing.
In reaction.
But if he plays them all on this one, it means that you can block the next one without being blocked out.
Yep, that's the piercing one I was talking about.
So here's the new card. I'll pull it up for everybody. Target Sword or Dagger gains +3 in piercing one, which is essentially going to be a +4 here because of the Rampart. So that's a fantastic card.
10 to...
It should be over by 1.
10 to 7.
Or over by 2, yeah.
Well, he's blocking for 8 currently, right? So he'll go down to 7. And Josh goes up to 10, so I believe he's over by 3. If I'm thinking about that correctly.
You're right. I think.
Yeah, because Crown makes 7. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
Took 2.
It's only over by 2 because the piercing doesn't actually get rid of the block on the equipment. So he had 7 on block +1 from Crown. So he had 8 blocks.
Yeah, it doesn't decrease it. It just gives it.
Okay, it gives it an extra buff. That makes sense.
Yeah, but now we're gonna rip the card off the top, and he also has shown that like his opponent has told Josh, hey, I don't have staunch response in my hand. So Josh knows that he's good to go. So we didn't have the Twinning here, which is okay. So a lot of times he likes to do like a third swing, which is obviously ideal in that situation. But now he has a counter on Dawnblade, still has his E-Pot, and has almost full tempo.
Wow, it's too bad he couldn't get an extra bit of value out of those cards.
Yep.
Now, a third swing there would have been monstrous. Jesus. Because he had the boots for go again if he needed it.
Yep.
And a lot of people will sit down with Dory and fight an Oldhim and be like, oh, gotta play an Oldhim. Whereas Josh sits down across from an Oldhim, rubs his hands together and goes, a challenge. And so you'll see him after the match. He'll probably come in here and he'll be talking about how he played perfectly, and like if he loses or wins, whatever, like he's gonna talk about like the whole game in detail and he'll remember it. So it'll be fun to dissect afterwards.
He's got the shots.
Get
Is that a
shunted.
World
Gunblade for 4. Now this becomes a bit more aggravating for the Oldhim player. That one counter adds quite a bit of problem.
You're floating too. You can do some things.
So 2 block plus crown at the ready for the 3 overblock. Ooh.
The routes.
The route.
Oh, buddy wasn't ready for the route.
I mean,
Oldhim
got
needs
the
some
deal?
milk.
Oldhim needs some milk.
He needs some milk.
no,
Oh, that's a well-timed route.
it's deader than grass. Remember?
Deader than grass.
Did he take the 4? No, he's gonna.
Is he gonna
see.
staunch it? Nope.
No, he's gonna crown and
he ain't
hope
got
hope he draws into it.
He's trying to.
He ain't built like that.
How many red staunches have we seen so far? Or have we seen blue staunches?
I only saw the one that he pitched. I
Right.
Can't recall the color.
It was red. The one he pitched was
Okay.
red.
That's the only one I've seen. Which makes sense because this list looks very aggressive. So,
Taking 3 damage here, right? And he gets to
4?
keep,
Maintaining
and
the-
he gets
Oh,
to keep
wow,
his.
wow.
keep the count. That's
Yeah.
important.
Absolutely.
That's
Now he
huge.
just keeps chipping away at him. Like,
The card he put back was just a blue Thunderquake, I believe.
I would not have expected route from the Oldhim side. That would have surprised me.
nobody ever expects route.
And then it's kind of like the pummel effect where you get down to the end of the game and you get to a situation where you basically can't play around route.
Yeah.
Such a
Give him
punishing
another
card.
shot.
And see, like, in this situation, unless he's holding a pummel, which pummeling Ice Hammers, like, never feels good.
Yeah, it's not great.
Especially when you, like, don't even get an arsenal afterwards. Like, he had to look for the D-react.
I knew he had the shot. I knew it.
Still shunned. Gee, what a madman. What a madman.
Bro, how many
Oh my
shots you
God.
got? What the
Oh,
fuck?
I
I'm
told
sure
you,
he's
9
playing.
damage,
I'm sure
bro.
he's playing
9
that.
damage.
I swear he's gotten like 4 or 5 damage off of shunts this match alone.
Ooh, there goes another blizzard to the bottom.
Ooh.
Oh,
Love to see it.
So he's played one and picked the other 2. So like, how close are we to second cycle?
Let's see how
Gotta be
cards-
getting there.
I can't actually visibly see the old deck count. I'm not.
Oldhim has 36 cards in deck.
Okay, so I don't think
Look at
he's
that.
on second cycle yet. But
pitching the good cards, holding them for later.
he doesn't want to. Well, no, you can't Crown of Seeds
Well, see,
face-up cards. So
What I would love here is like, you pitch the red card to like, oh yeah, I don't have much, take my counter, and then he just goes, bam, red overpower. I'd love to see it. Love to see it. Blocking 7.
Blocking for
Oh,
7.
block by 3.
overpower.
Oh, it's for 6.
Josh is a madman. I told you. Oh goodness. What a savage to hide the blue like that.
Yep.
Oh, what a savage. Oh goodness.
And to put a Steel Blade Supremacy with a good blue card on the bottom.
Oh, that's a great
What a
point.
madman, bro.
He only got 3 through there, but that's 3. And he can
No,
keep
that's
his
huge because
counter,
like
that's
you got
huge,
2
yeah.
cards and he keeps the counter. It's huge.
Yeah, you're right. That's massive.
I mean, look. Ever since that big turn that we talked about, Josh's life has not moved
You're
a
right.
single
He's
point.
been in the
And
driver's
Oldhim
seat.
has lost what, 17 life?
Now,
Hey,
I don't know
man,
what to do with this
It's
8.
not Oldham's fault that Josh plays 3,000 shots. All right.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro.
And the tunic's been churning out value too.
God,
Oldham's
This
worst
is-
nightmare is playing against Josh on Dorinthea.
I knew he was taking that 8. I just knew it.
All right, so this is a big one. Here we go.
There we
The
go.
question is, we popping the E-Pot now or later?
Oh, look, he had the show.
5-card hand coming in for 7.
Yep. Coming in hot.
No blizzards
he's
in
Double
sight.
finally cycling a shot to the bottom so he can kill him with it.
Oh, he's
That's
got
right.
he's got actually 2 or 3 of them on the bottom now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I missed
Shunt has
the other.
always been one of my favorite defense reactions. Got me to a finals once.
I remember.
I've always liked shot because it doesn't affect me. Card does nothing to me.
Woo! All 3 Command and Conquers in the bank.
Yeah,
And he's
let's
still gonna
go.
get over because all he needs is +3. So
Everybody has this thing here. He's got to.
yeah, Josh is
Ooh.
getting like, yeah, D should have a D react here. Okay, yeah.
Should have something in his arsenal to get over too, no? Or no?
Probably not. It's probably a setup card like Supremacy or a 20.
What happened there? How did he stop the damage? I missed it.
Earth React.
He did Earth React. Yep.
Oh, he did the Earth React. I was just looking for a blue.
Yep. He's just trying to swing that hammer.
Do you use Ring Hammer here and lose your Crown of Seeds?
Yeah,
That's a good
100%.
question.
If
If
you
you
have
got
an,
it, I mean,
yeah, if you have an
yeah,
ice card, you do.
Yeah. So Josh now has full tempo.
Oh.
He's checking his hero card, making sure it works.
This is not a card.
It does indeed allow me to swing my
Yeah.
blade twice.
He just had to double check, you know.
Yep.
Tunic counter on 3. E-pot in play steal.
So this shunt that's in his hand's gonna about to go in the arsenal. I got a feeling that E-pot's gonna be there a little.
Or not.
Yeah, he's doing his math right now. Where I've watched Josh play so many times. He'll get into this situation here where he's like rolling with tempo, and he'll start going and start counting all of his cards in his hand and being like, yep, you're dead, and then just start swinging.
And he's never wrong.
He's never wrong. No.
Does Josh not run Iron Song Determination for the Dominate?
Nope.
He said it's a trap.
It's
Yeah.
a trap?
Yeah.
Interesting. Why? I'll ask him when he gets here, I guess.
Look at that.
We'll get over
Look
my
at
one.
that.
Box.
The blue one coming in clutch. He's
Oh!
Oh!
Put
Put
that
that
back in
card
your
on.
hand.
God.
That's right.
You're blocking for 3.
Somebody get that Oldhim some milk. Somebody.
Somebody come get her. She's looking like a stripper.
Oh goodness, this is too
In
good.
trouble. 'Cause
So
that's
does
10.
he have the deer yet?
No, he doesn't.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
he would have blocked like that.
unless it's what, the red
He has an
star
Earth React.
shut.
That's it. And a Crown of Seeds if he wants. But if he
It's gonna
crowns
take
here and
5
does
here.
nothing, yeah,
Yeah, looking like take 5.
5 damage on a no-go again turn is pretty good.
You don't
Yeah.
break the shoes for another swing? Oh, no, you
No.
don't.
No.
Nah, that's for an exact moment when you know you can kill him.
You're right. I'm just antsy.
You're not antsy with your Mask of the Pouncing Lynx.
Oh, man.
That's your
I remember-
boots.
I remember thinking to myself, like, no, I'll save this for the perfect moment.
And then you go smack with the fighting spirit.
This is a good turn to yell him.
Yeah. Can't be mad at a Lake Frigid.
There goes. Oh.
Oh, there's the shunt.
It
I'm
did
so
stop.
tired of seeing that card this match already. Like,
It did
Those
stop him
nasty,
from using tunic counter to
That's
use
true.
the shunt.
True. This is just a sword swing threatening a reaction, basically.
Probably.
Easy
No,
over
it's-
there. How
it's-
many shots do you
It's
play?
basically like just give me a card and you can only hit me with 3.
Yeah.
Him being off Arsenal's pretty big here, meaning that Josh's next turn will probably be a full hand.
Okay, so unless that arsenal is a reaction, we're not reacting here.
I think that just means he's probably got like the card I think it's just he has a card that he prefers over glistening in his hand. I don't think there's any shenanigans gonna happen this turn.
Seems right.
We get a deck count. Anybody can give me a deck count on Josh's deck
Yep.
and the Oldhim's deck.
Oldhim is
Josh,
at 29, Josh is at 30.
These are
Yep.
29, but Josh is a full hand, so he's looking a little better.
So they're about the same in deck right now.
Josh
Josh
has
a
about
little
5
higher.
more cards.
Okay, Josh's down. Okay,
This is a Spinal Crush and 2 ice cards, keeping the Channel 8 Frigid out.
that's quite good.
And also
good.
look at Josh's armor. Look how clean.
Mm.
And look at his
That's a good
opponent's
point.
armor.
Yeah, look at his opponent. It's
Crippled.
just been drugged to the dirt. It ain't nothing there. He's walking around with no shoes on. I mean, it's rough for Oldhim right now.
Like a hobbit. Got like the dress.
Don't forget about the channel like Fidget
Alright,
Josh.
let's go.
Don't forget about the channel like Fidget Josh.
Oh, he can't because he's got a pitch for it. Nice
He's got a
try,
pitch
Josh.
for it.
Nice try.
You got a blue or yellow you don't care about?
You can still
Was the
shot.
red one blocked for 6?
Yes.
Oh my god, Steel Blade Shunt's so good.
It's too good.
And the Lake Frigid is trouble here, but I think
Nah, it just means he's gonna block a little bit and do the same thing.
Block 9, naked sword swing.
That's it.
I
I
don't
think
know
the
his
reason it's
hand
taking him
yet.
so long is he has gas in his hand.
Yeah, he has a
doesn't
good one.
want-
Block 9.
No, that's not that good.
there was potential for cuteness, but
He might have been trying to figure out how he's going to play around
Mm.
channel because he had triple blue in it.
there was a sword swing glint into life for a life play there. Not that that's that amazing.
Yeah, not something you want to take 9 damage for, that's for sure.
Nope. Keeping those glints though.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
important card.
Oh yeah.
Really important card.
Put it right next to that blue shunt.
Yep. If Josh is any decent, he's gonna immediately take down 8 life in this situation. Oldhim not on an arsenal, he's gonna take that thing down 8.
He's
in
going
a
to go.
heartbeat, bro.
Boop, 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 boop.
So Oldhim should be getting close to that 1 red staunch response we've seen, right?
Let's see.
Is it 27 cards now? So like,
Yeah. Might be
That
another
should be
hand or
within,
two.
like-
Yeah, he's definitely
be
close
within the
to it.
next 8 cards.
Definitely,
If my math is right.
definitely
Up,
getting
there it
close.
goes. There it goes. He took 8.
His opponent goes, uh-oh.
You see that? That's what Brian was like, oh man. Woo! I
Oh.
lied. He is running that.
You lied to me.
Look
I
at
was
me.
lying to
He
you.
wasn't running it before, in all fairness.
Yeah.
You no liar.
So,
No
so this-
arsenal with dominate and no armor. Oof.
on the surface, this looks very innocent because it's like, oh, he only has 1 card in hand in an arsenal, but he has 3 resources. He has Tunic and E-Pot.
And
So
one floating.
anything is possible.
He also should be coming back to the second cycle Blizzards that he picked.
I think Oldhim is just. I think this is the turn where
Yeah.
Oldhim
The single blizzard's not going to matter anymore because of the E-Pot.
E-Pot. Yep.
And we're not Icelander over here and being able to put frostbites on the table while making you have to pay 2 for go again.
Yep. Come on, you know this game's fair.
All
Game
right.
is fair
Josh
enough.
Josh is still sitting. Really important note though, he took 8 and did not block with bolters. So he knew for a fact he did not need them. So obviously because he had the Warrior's Valor, but I think that he also has a backup contingency in his hand or arsenal in the event that it is overblocked.
His opponent going to use Rampart pitching a red pummel. Interesting.
Well, like I said before, that's about as efficient as vacuuming your front yard.
Yep.
Josh's opponent just put a dehumidifier in the rain. I tell you what.
I'm not sure why he didn't save the Rampart for the second swing. The second swing is going to come in for.
Alright, we got +3 to guarantee. Because why not?
And then he's going to swing again for 4.
And for those of you wondering why he played it on that one, is because he was doubting that his opponent would block the second attack, so he went ahead and got the 3 damage in and didn't want to get stuck with the card.
Ooh, down to 6, 2
Oh,
cards in hand.
Is there ever a time where you break refraction bolters there to attack with it? No, you can't attack with it again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
unless-
would need the
unless-
Twitting Blade.
Never mind. I forgot that was thing.
Alright, so I'm
Well, we know the
Gosh,
we know the
might be
steel
an armor block
arsenal, don't
territory.
we?
Yeah, I'm thinking if he's tight on resources, but like he would give the armor. But I'm thinking just maybe armor block, but mainly just to activate crown and maybe sink a shunt because you're so on the offense here and you have so much tempo. So I think he's gonna try to dip a shunt out of either arsenal or just have the perfect hand. That works too.
Why not play the shunt?
Yeah, he didn't even
mana.
think a card.
Yeah. So that's like not what Oldhim wants to see. He's got E-Pot, Tunic.
Let's see, he's back around a cycle. He might be on his Steel Blade Supremacy. Oh, here it goes, boys. Oh, is this that turn that he pitched the spoils with that other really good red card, the 4?
Well, he shuffled. He shuffled
Oh,
after that.
true,
so
true.
There's no correlation, but this is about the scariest thing: is seeing 6 guaranteed go again and 4 mystery cards into a resource. So like your knee-jerk reaction is you have to like just jam your whole hand down, but if you do that, Twinning Blade will kill you.
And keep in mind, guys, his opponent is at an effective like 4 life because of shunts. Like,
right.
He's either just not gonna be able to swing Winter's Wail the rest of the game, and only have to swing with attacks, which is very unlikely for the Oldhim to be able to pull off because of how expensive all the attacks in his deck are. There's that red staunch that Justin was talking about.
Hey, look, I was right. It was within 2 hands. Math is still math.
This one was from Arsenal, right? So this, oh no, this isn't. No, this is just a good old-fashioned block 7.
That's it. But I don't think it's enough. I think we're gonna see 1 pump, like an Out for Blood or something like that, and then if the opponent has another D-react, I think then he probably goes around.
Yep. Oh. So he's
or
he just has double Out for Blood.
All right, that works too. That's pretty good. What a madman.
12.
It
Plus
still has
Dawnblade
ours.
counter. Oh my.
Still
The
has
Dawnblade had the
Phoenix
counter, right?
again. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
it's about to get to.
this is 13.
This is,
12.
yes. Yeah, 12. But then the next attack when he swings naked, it's gonna be +2 because of the 2 Alpha Bloods.
You're right. We did have the sync.
Yep.
but
Still
it
gets
was
over by
over
1, right?
1. Yeah, still gets over by 1.
Yep.
Oh, it could have the Earth React.
Oh, he's gonna try to find it here.
Did he get it?
Wait,
Or was it?
hold on.
What?
4 plus 7, that's 11. He had 12, right?
Yeah, he didn't crown either.
Oh, but he didn't have go again, right? No, the
No,
spoils of
spoils.
war. He had spoils of war. Did I
Yeah.
miss something?
They didn't
he
take
blocked
black
for
down either.
Texas?
Must have missed something.
I don't know.
Should we ask?
Nope.
No,
can't- actually, we can't-
Josh
can't
knows
interfere.
what he's
Yep,
talking
we
about.
can't interfere in any way.
Yep.
So we'll let them handle it. But Josh still has 26 cards to deal 5 damage, which 3 of those are probably shunt. So
I know he has a blue, and maybe a red left.
He just played her. I mean, we can look at the graveyard, right? Nope, can't look at the graveyard.
I can head stream up, but let's see. This is just a Dawnblade for 3 with 3 cards in hand. That's not scary at all.
yep, because you know if you ever get punished by 3, by him coming over by 3, then you've lost because of shunts. So
Oh, he had Crown active on that turn apparently. That was the extra point we were missing.
I didn't think he had an arsenal, but
Yeah, I
guess-
thought he didn't have an. Well, no, because he played the defense
he
reaction from
crowned and then
Arsenal.
staunched. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, he crowned
it
and then
wasn't from
staunched from
Arsenal.
hand. Ah,
Yes, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's where we missed it.
Roll Tide.
Hold on.
So going over by 1, getting the glint to force the D-react out of the opponent's hand that he knows is probably there. Very classic move. So the D-react's going to be played, and then or crown. Yep, but that's okay because then he'll glint, draw a card, and then pump. So when he went and grabbed glint, it just told the Oldhim player that I have access to another pump of some sort. Because Josh isn't going to be bad enough to not play around crown seeds.
Yeah, see, thank you, Josh, for shuffling your hand and not showing your opponent the card you just drew.
Yep. So we know Josh has a pump. He's just trying to figure out which one to play.
Could have a twinning blade and just try to go around.
Yeah, Josh will set up a lot of his turns where he can either go tall or go around, based off of how his opponent blocks. Yep.
Or
Oh!
just CNC. What a madman.
Also a good
Gross.
card.
That's gross. Especially if you have
I was-
3 defense
I
reactions.
was about to
in
say,
hand.
how's that staunch in your hand looking now?
Yeah. Got him.
If he
Take
take, if he,
three.
yeah, I was about to say, if he takes 3 here.
Can you
Can
ever
react
hammer
this?
swing again? If you if you go to 2?
No, if you go to 2, I mean, you get double shunted in a heartbeat, bro.
No, no, you never get to hammer swing again. That's sad.
I mean, you still have crown, so it's like. But the problem is, like, now, okay, if he hammers here, like, sure, that's fine. Armor. Josh will use some armor and 1 card or something. But, like, yeah, he has to prioritize the arsenal over the hammer swing, which just gives Josh more tempo. And it's just rough spot for Oldhim right here.
Okay, Josh has 17 cards in library and Oldhim has 18, so they're staying really even. Though Josh started with like 12 more cards or some shit.
And now we're gonna get to the point where Josh is gonna start swinging big Dawn blades, and Oldham's not gonna have a choice but to just block with a bunch of cards from hand. He's gonna lose his deck real quick because Josh's
But-
threat density is still pretty high.
Yeah, we haven't seen that red overpower he pitched like 30 turns ago.
He also has 2 twinning blades, I think, left in his deck.
Yep.
It would probably get to the point where Oldham's at a life total where he feels like he needs to overblock with cards, and then the twinning blade will just go right around it.
The old 2-step.
Yep.
Nice. I love the inclusion of Tunic. Very fun.
Where to find them?
Imagine
yeah.
somebody paying $300 just to have a blue card not blocked.
That's
I
what I'm
do.
Is it
trying
that
to say.
expensive right now? My goodness.
No, it's
I mean,
It's like
That's
good
what
card,
Tunic
just
is
not
doing.
not when you're higher life.
Tunic's a $200 piece of iron right for me.
There you go.
Now, I will say that was the only staunch response I saw the Oldhim have at any point during the game. Unless I missed one on pitch, or unless they were
Well,
always in Arsenal.
yeah, he
Like, I
can.
never saw another one.
That's the thing about Crown of Seeds. You can hide so many cards.
Let's go.
Those pummels that he's been pitching are going to become liabilities now, because they're only 2 blocks.
That's a great point.
Blue block, not strong. Oh, with the glint. Same play. Back
Yep.
on back. You go over by 1, you force Oldhim to make a play, so it's like, okay, use your whole card to Crown of Seeds, so I can catch you outside, vacuum in the ground. And then,
He does have Tunic counter, so
oh, that makes it a little easier. Oh, but now he's up by 2, so now it's like,
Oh.
okay, you have to have the D react or Earth react.
now this is presenting lethal, right? Oh wait, hold on.
No,
What is
no,
the?
he's
not
blocking
quite.
3.
Oh, the
It's
R is
3 on
not the
5.
one. Put the +1 counter on sword when it leaves the arena. Okay.
But Josh still has 3 cards, so.
This is a good spot.
Okay, that's good if he doesn't have a blue.
It is
but
kind of blue though.
I think you just get punished if he dumps. Okay.
That's 1 more card out of the.
Yeah, but it
Opponent's
is a good
hand.
play because now you like reduce your chances of getting hit by an overpower or a route.
Right.
It's still possible, but you are reducing it.
See, he's up to 5 on the Dawn Blade right now, getting over by 2 just over the Crown of Seeds, so he's going to need to either Earth react or have a defense reaction of some sort. Yeah, Oldham's in a pickle and a half here.
That's a fact.
It's like if you Earth React and then he pumps, you potentially just lose the game. And if you let this hit, you also potentially lose the game.
I think the Oldhim player has to Earth React here, or play some type of D-React. If he takes 2 here, that's it.
Moving over the life total. Okay, yeah.
It's like 2.
Down to 2. Now Josh has to just use those last 2 shunts in his deck. At worst.
He's still got like potential.
He's still got go again, and he's swinging for 4 if he doesn't.
2
use
cards
bracers.
left. Yeah, like he's looking up good.
Curious what those last 2 cards are. I think one might be 20.
Oh,
I
we
mean,
might see
shoot, even
bolters.
swinging for 5 here is pretty good. Like,
Oh yeah.
2 cards left. It's like,
Don't foresee a way out of this game for Oldhim.
Are they frozen? What's going on?
No, they're
Okay.
just he's
taking
just
the glass.
thinking.
considering using the thing.
Oh, he used the weapon or the gloves. I forgot about those. So Dawn Blade for 5.
Coming in for 5, yeah. That blue pummel
there's
is
that
not
pump.
doing anything. Nice.
That's also the benefit as a Dory player if you play attack actions in your deck, like CNC Life for Life. You sometimes persuade the opponent to over-respect or under-respect the first attack because there may be something else on the end, right? Because there's nothing worse than blocking 9 and then having a CNC thrown at you.
Yeah.
So,
And again, they're maintaining 1 card difference on deck count. So like,
yep.
the fatigue isn't looking like it's going to be the best here.
The CNC he played on that one turn was pretty spicy. I like that.
Yep, that was a great play.
Here comes the second Iron Song Determination that Nathan told me he didn't run.
Well, I think it might just be the one-up because we would have seen it by now. I'm almost
I
certain.
think it's a one of as well. I think he just put in the 1. He talked about it the other day, but I don't think anybody else took it seriously.
Naked Dawn Blade with a tunic, 5-card hand.
Classic.
Naked.
Oh my.
Naked.
We call this casual lethal.
No, we call this swanging.
That's fucking
Swing it.
hilarious.
Alright, so we got Crown Prevention, so technically Josh is up 3. So you have to block, what?
9?
But then you get blown up by 20, right? Yeesh, I would not want to be Oldhim right here. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, rocking a hard place. New definition for that.
See, Josh is secretly going to fatigue the Oldhim player.
Yeah,
That's
his.
what ends up happening eventually when you're at a low life and you have to over-respect the Dawn Blade is you just get fatigued.
Makes sense.
Because Josh used no cards to take 2 cards here, and that feels good. Like,
Robert in the chat with the classic Mortal Kombat line. Finish
No, God.
him.
uh,
I think that's Bob.
Hey Markovich, the deck lists will be available to patrons in our Discord.
hey, look, there's that Twinning Blade we've been talking about.
Go again, Twinning Blade. Let me get those last cards in your hand, please.
Yes, sir. Actually,
You have a request?
He spits the Steel Blade too soon, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
he could attack with it.
Three-time
yeah.
WTR champ. Bob was a god at WTR draft.
He was.
He was the end boss.
alright, they both have 16 cards. The difference is Josh doesn't have to block, and Brian absolutely has to block.
Doesn't Josh have 17 cards?
Maybe.
You just don't know how to count?
Yep, that's the thing. He got 17. And more armor.
And more armor.
Oh, there's that shunt. Just made me know.
Next sword gets a go again and piercing 1. Go again, go again, go again. He said, please block with your rampart.
Gotta feel bad on the other side. It was just any mistake.
Eventually, like, Brian's only out is he has to put Josh on you don't have it, and he has to even block and get away with it. That's like the only way he gets back in the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does that really get him back in the game though, with 2 shunts floating around at 2 lives?
No, it's still a very losing position, but it's like the only shot you got. Like that's all you can do. But like even this, like a route just blows you out. Like an overpower just blows you out. Like it's insane.
And every time you swing that hammer, you gotta pucker your butt and hope there's not a. Oh no.
This is last one, alright?
Yeah, it means that he's getting over it. Or not. Huh?
You just played a fucking Remembrance? What?
I think he played it just to get it out of the deck. I don't know.
Did you get out of the hand so I can pull you off?
Get them out, yeah.
I mean, you get Iron Song, Determination, Route, and something here, right?
Oh, he was playing the Iron Song probably just to get it out. That makes sense.
Just gonna shuffle 3 go again cards back in.
Look at that. What a savage.
He's gonna make my Dawnblade swing big.
Swangin'.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. I know there's quite a few of in here at the moment. I hope you guys are enjoying this incredible match. Josh putting on a Dorinthea masterclass for everybody to watch. If you are enjoying, make sure to hit the like button. We really appreciate it. And watch the conclusion of this match. Oh, and by the way, the week this whole FAB League, I don't know how many weeks there are, but it will continue to go. So we have plenty more FAB League to go after this. And if you have any questions about the deck lists or anything like that in the video, all of the deck lists from at least our side, we can't get our opponent's deck lists, obviously, but from at least our side of the table will be available for our patron in the Discord. And we'll have all of the VODs and everything saved on YouTube, so you can go watch those later at any point.
Double shunt. Double shunt.
So one thing I noticed that Josh forgot to shuffle at first, so he accidentally shuffled the shunt away that he pitched last turn. So it's not on the bottom where it should be.
It's okay. This game isn't ended by shunt, I don't think. Or did I lie?
And now every time he swings the hammer, he might just die.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
There you go. Already got some value off of that thing.
But he's wishing he had stalagmite right now.
Yeah, that's too good. Although
Well,
he
is there
can,
any real follow up here? Like
Oh
you
wait,
just
he has
block-
no resources.
yeah. Well, the opponent has to look at his deck and make sure that he has no more Iron Song responses. Even blue ones, because blue one kills you.
I quit the game if I died to Blue Iron Song response.
I mean,
Blue Iron Song. For anybody that doesn't know, I think this is one of the most hilarious things I've seen in Flesh and Blood. Josh's route has a stat track counter on the back of it. So every time he kills somebody with a route, he pulls it out of the sleeve and gives it another stat track counter.
Oh, that's fucking great.
I think it's hilarious, but because he's got like other people doing it too. So like,
It's awesome. Oh, pitching this for shield. He's vacuuming the front lawn. Nope, it was for ground. Never mind.
what is Oldhim gonna do with 5 pummels? Choices.
choices: block for 2 or block for 2. Red Iron Song in the bin for game.
Maybe he just blocks for one here.
Definitely not.
Concede.
He's staring at his hand of 4 pummels, trying to figure out how to use them.
Oh my goodness.
That's one way to use those pummels.
Oh, okay. The match continues on.
But yeah, I mean, right now Josh has just more cards, so like, if he
But
can
now
fair
he can't hammer
Swing
here.
that hand.
Oh,
It's Shunt.
Oh
Shunt
no.
wins.
Do it, Josh.
do it!
Do it, Josh. Do it.
Shunt for game.
Fuck them.
Aww. He blocked with bolters though, so the game should be over.
He blocked with Red Warrior's Valor, and I'm confused by that.
He's got some
It
other
means he has another one.
man.
Yeah, means he has the other one.
There it is. This sucker's coming in for 8.
That's a big beefy boy. And he's got
With
the
a
tunic,
replay for the Arsenal.
tunic counter ready to
Better hope
go.
that Arsenal is nothing.
Does his opponent have one blizzard left? I feel like he has one. I feel like he has one blizzard left or something.
He does have 1 blizzard left.
Oh,
Why
just a
don't you
different-
Xaxes?
oh,
I shouldn't have it. Darn.
yeah, I think he's just trying to deck him out. Is all.
Oh, he's just trying to
It's-
get to the
it's-
shunt. Just trying to get to that last shunt.
That too. Oh, here it is.
Tunic! Oh, no, you got tunic crown. He's got a
the
tunic crown.
Darn it, he's got the crown.
But all that's gonna do is just save him from dying.
Just buys him a little time.
I think there's 1 blue shunt left.
Okay. I mean, realistically, Buddy's running out of cards.
Well, as long as Oldhim can hold 1 Earth card, his only out is to basically not die and then get it where all Josh can do is swing Dawnblade. And that'll make.
Oh, baby.
Oh, that pommel's back.
Oh yeah, he's got pummels.
Oh, that blue pummel is back. You're right. Oh my
Oh,
god.
He is not about to win this with a blue pummel. There's no
He's gonna
way.
overblock. He has to, right?
Do it. Oh,
Oh my God.
he blocked with the Earth card too. Oh wait, can you? I can't remember. Can you use Oldham's?
I think
No,
can
you
use
cannot.
Oldham's reaction. You can use. I think you can use
Defense
Oldham's
reactions cannot be played. Yeah.
Yeah, it says defense reaction cards cannot be
reaction.
played.
You
That's
can use Oldham.
activated.
You can
It
use
says
Oldham.
defense reactions can't be played to Command and Conquer's Chain Link.
Played, not activated. There's difference.
Oh, sure.
Well, he got him.
Pummel
anyway.
for game. Oh my god.
How does Dorinthea?
Wow.
How does Dorinthea end the game with
Wow.
CNC pummel? That's disrespectful.
CNC pummel. Fuck yeah, Josh.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear Josh's response in the chat. Oh,
That's
my
so
God.
good.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna get Josh in here to talk about the game, hopefully. That puts us at a record of 4 wins and 1 loss in the in this week's league match against KFabe Gaming. So, good games to them, and best of luck in the rest of y'all's matches. That was a fantastic way to end the matches for the day. CNC Pummel and Dorinthea for game. Because I think he's playing just the 1 pummel, right? And just pitched it to the bottom.
Pummel. Oh my god.
Nick Tucker says the CNC wording was changed. Oh, okay, but the functionality did not change. So
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Let's see.
Hi.
There he is.
Gosh,
Yeah, come here.
you stud.
Disrespect.
That was the highest of disrespect to Pummel
Yes,
and
that's
Oldhim
good.
for game with Dorinthea.
Yes. I used pummel better than Num did, I guess. Oh, actually, I set up 3 different win cons at the end of the game. So the first win con was the shunt.
Yep.
But he unfortunately had the card in the arsenal.
Yep.
The crown.
Yep.
So that was the first win con. The second win con was pummel with CNC. The third win con was I actually had 4 win cons. I had a glistening and a twinning left in my deck.
Yep.
And the other win con was blue overpower plus red puncture. So I had 4 different ways to close the game there.
Very nice.
But I was like, well, we got to go for the
Style points. Yeah, style points.
style points there.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I think my opponent overall played pretty well. that matchup is also very, very difficult for Dory just in general. But the build that I was on is my friend's build. It's not my build, and it runs a lot of. It runs like 2 blue shunts in the sideboard, which I brought in. It runs the yellow shunts in the sideboard, which I brought in, and the red shunts obviously were in the sideboard. So it runs like Rainbow Shunt, and it has a Remembrance. He plays Glistening Steel Blade, which I don't really like, but I mean, it's a block 3, it's a yellow, I guess it's not too bad. But I brought in almost every card in my deck except Erase Face. So, like even CNC, like I was like, well, I was debating like, do I take out CNC? It's like really bad against Oldhim.
Right.
I was like, blocks 3, maybe I'll pummel it, and then yeah, there you go.
And then you pummeled it. The other CNC you played was a brilliant play as well. I really didn't like that one too.
The other one you played, it seemed like he was sitting on a D-React when you played it too. It just seemed so nice.
There was several situations there where I had to like consider my attack pattern very carefully. There was a lot of like weird, because I'm not used to like having run-throughs in my deck and Glistening Steel Blades and CNCs, so there was actually a lot of lines I had to like kind of discover as I went. And like that, because the deck played so heavily for the late game, you saw me like pitching Puncture, pitching Steel Blade Supremacy, like pitching Singing Steel Blade. Like I was like putting gas back into my deck just for later. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
well,
Josh.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did call the when you pitched the red to swing, and then you jammed you pitched the blue card to overpower. I called it 100%. I said I know what he's doing.
Yeah, it was great.
Good job. That's a good way to get people. Is like, you're like, oh no, I have a red. Yeah.
I used to do that to Kano's. I used to do that to Kano's. Pitch the red to block 1 AB, and then they go for it, and you're like, blue.
That's where I learned that. Another thing is like late game, the Supremacy is like, one weird thing is I never actually used my bolters the whole game.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's super rare for that never to happen, but that's just the way the cards lined up.
Yeah.
The deck is like ultra late game. Playing Supremacy out is actually not good. So often just pitching it or holding it in your hand is like a bluff. It's better. So if you see me pitching Supremacy late game, you best beware. Because that generally means I have like attack reactions in my hand.
It was fun to see you using the new cards. That new instant speed aura, admittedly here it didn't seem like it did a ton, but that card, I feel like that's got some good potential. What do you think?
Bumping it by 1 against Oldhim is not good, but bumping it by 1 against every other deck in the format is good.
Yeah, when you played it at instant speed on their turn at the start of the match, I was like, oh my god, it's like he's Prism. Like, that was cool. I like that.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I'm gonna end the stream here. I know you guys have other places to be. We can continue talking about the match and everything, but thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. There's more FAB weekly Team League stuff coming up every week for the next several weeks, I believe. We have a few more matches to play. Each one is going to be completely different. Probably we get the opportunity to choose different decks and change things and whatnot. So should be a lot of variety in the weeks and just a ton of fantastic players to watch. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.